we're just scoring too many goals from open play, Mark. We need more set pieces.
Shut up. The game was too easy, bro. Let's talk about Eze.
Easy like Sunday morning.
This was the game that Eze arrived at, and he is just uber talented.
Jamie O'Hara saying Arsenal can't play football. They don't play football. They're ruining football. What were you doing? Hunting the ball up. You were useless.
He's a clown though, bro.
We're useless.
We are going to test you because we're second in the league.
You better test us.
We've won 3 games in a row. We've got 3 clean sheets here. We're going to test you, bro.
Because I tell you what,
run your mouth off at the end of the week.
Tell you what.
Yeah, don't run your mouth off playing Tottenham, who are crap, bro. Next week is the real test. We'll see how you do after that.
You're going to have to test us. Because I tell you what, if you
we're going to test you. We're going to freaking test you.
Eze can be the title-winning difference maker. Arsenal absolutely smashed Spurs on North London Derby Day, a day after Man City and Liverpool both lose. If Carlsberg did weekends, guys, this would be top of the pile. We're going to cover 5 key talking points from the game. Marky Mark, my man, over to you, buddy.
Yeah, well, I mean, job well done, isn't it? I actually said in last week's pod that it's going to be a difficult game. And then I said, I can't remember my predictions that it's going to be 3-0. You looked at me like a little bit wonky, like that's giving a little bit too much credit to Arsenal. But, bro, there's a lot of talking points. We're actually going to go through it. But overall, it was a fantastic performance from Arsenal. 2 goals from open play. Trossard masterclass. He played really well. What more can I say? You guys have the momentum with you. I see a lot of Arsenal fans absolutely demolishing Spurs fans, calling them championship team, which is frigging jokes, which they played like a championship team. We're going to touch on that as well. But what was your opinion of the game? What was your evaluation of it?
Well, it was 4 open play goals rather than 2. But yes, my evaluation of the game, you said 2. I was like a bit confused. But no, listen.
I did.
There was a big problem. Honestly, the big problem I see right now, we're just scoring too many goals from open play, Mark. We need more set pieces.
Shut up.
My evaluation of the game is simple. Arsenal were too good. Spurs were shockingly shit. Spurs were terrible. And that was what I expected more from them. I think you've got to say, look, once we got the first goal and you could see what we were trying to do. I'll give you a quick insight in terms of what we were trying to do, right? No out-and-out number 9 playing. Gyökeres wasn't playing. We had Marino up top. But you saw straight off the bat, Eze lifts the ball over the top. Declan Rice catches it really well, probably too well, actually. And that was a warning sign for Spurs. But what I liked, Trossard making those runs in. He was like Freddie Ljungberg, Mark. It was like days of watching when Freddie Ljungberg was in there. Even the goal he scored, where he pivots, was very, very Freddie Ljungberg-like. That was the game plan. And the runs in behind from both flanks caused them real problems. We were able to basically cut through them straight down the middle at times. It was a thing of beauty. We were too good. Spurs were too rubbish. Facts.
Yep, you touched on it. I mean, the game was too easy, bro. Let's talk about Eze.
Easy like Sunday morning.
It's easy like Sunday morning. The guy has finally arrived. There's a lot of talk about Eze, bro. You know, like when you guys first signed him and he walked out in his jeans and he had his biggest smile, you know, it looked like this guy's at home. But there's a lot of talk about Eze in his first few games up until now. Hasn't really been that impactful, apart from the game against Crystal Palace when he was instrumental. Okay, fair enough. But everyone, including Arsenal fans, were expecting a little bit more. And this was the game that Eze arrived at. And he is just uber talented. Yeah, I did shit my pants a little bit when you signed him. I told you at the beginning of the season, I think he is going to be the key rather than Gyökeres. But the great thing about this game for me, because I don't think you learn that much from Arsenal based on how Tottenham played and how they initially set up, which we're going to touch upon. But I think the biggest key points was you continued winning momentum. That's vitally important. But I think this game is going to bring the best out of Eze. It's going to give him the confidence he needs to just know, yo, I'm finally here. I'm settling still into the team. I've got my three goals, my hat trick against, well, the North London derby against Tottenham. What a place to do it. What's your thoughts on Eze? How important is he going to be for Arsenal, Geezer?
So important. What you couldn't write a better script, could you, for him, by the way? Spurs, and there's loads of videos going around this morning, right, of Spurs when they were like, yes, Eze's going to be a Spurs player. They obviously went too early. The horse had bolted, and actually we nicked him from under their nose. What a game to announce himself in. Absolutely
Finally.
Unreal. Not only have we just nicked Eze on deadline day from under Spurs' noses, we've then unleashed him, and he has unleashed himself upon them, scoring the first North London derby hat-trick since 1978, I think it was. Absolutely insane, but he was instrumental. He was so good, and that is exactly what you were saying. Eze can be the title-winning difference maker. This
Game
guy,
changer.
smooth, like silk.
Yeah.
He was so quality, so easy on the ball. Everything was easy for him. He had more time than everyone else on the pitch. And that version of Eze is unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a performance. So happy for him as well. He's just so humble. He's just such a nice guy. He's just cool as well. So, yeah, amazing from Eze. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Before we talk about my next point, which is going to be about how Spurs were, you guys have a little bit of a problem now because it looks like the Eze spot, the number 10 spot, is Eze's. Right? I don't think it looks like he's, especially the beginning of the season, like when Mikel Arteta shoved him on the left, wasn't really tracking back, looked a little bit lost. I'm not saying that he can't play in that position. Hell no, because he definitely can. But it looks like, to me, his best position is going to be the 10. And I think there isn't any space for Odegaard. I mean, Odegaard is a lovely looking, aesthetically flair sort of player, right? But is his impact going to be as big as Eze's? Not in my opinion. Eze is too unpredictable. And he's that one player who from the middle, I know you got Declan Rice who can do it, but from the 10, he's the one player who can take the ball, make something magical happen. And on top of that, he can carry the ball as well. Is there a space for Odegaard, or is he now a squad player? Because personally, I would have Eze over him, which means there's no space for Odegaard. Your thoughts?
There's no space for him right now. It's a great problem to have for the manager, isn't it? Because they're both quality players.
Glad you admitted that.
You know what? Here's the
glad
difference,
you
though,
admitted
right?
that.
Well, look, I mean, Eze scored a hat-trick. Are you going to drop him, right? Here's the thing, though. The difference between Eze and Odegaard. Odegaard, very, very easy on the eye. Great player. We know how good he is at his best.
Good play.
The difference is between him and Eze is that Eze is actually looking to take a shot. I think he had 6 shots yesterday. 3 of them went in, right? And Odegaard will sometimes look for the extra pass when actually he needs to put his laces through it. So right now, Eze is the number 10. Odegaard, he can't get in right now because of how good Eze is, but it's a long season, Mark. So that's what I'll throw back to you. It is a long season. So we're going to be playing what, 60 games? Odegaard has a massive part to play. This is a great problem for Mikel Arteta to have. Eze's number 10 right now. Give it a couple of months. Odegaard will get games. Listen, we're going to be fighting on multiple fronts, Mark. We need a squad, and that's exactly what we've got.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Let's talk about Tottenham, bro, because as I said, we didn't really learn too much from this game, from my opinion. And that's because Tottenham was shocking. They were so poor. Initially, right from the get-go, bro, you can tell that they came out with no intention to win the game. They actually came out with a game plan to actually just frustrate Arsenal, and they failed miserably. They started off with 3 centre-backs at the back, which means, proof that they were actually scared. They were so negative in their gameplay. And that first half, I was reading the stats. 0 shots taken on goal. 0 shots actually on target, of course, because there's no shots. XG was 0. They did nothing, Geezer. just from that, it was God-given that you were going to trample all over them. What's your thoughts on Spurs? How bad were they? And do you agree with me? What did you really learn? Because they were so bad.
It's possibly the worst Spurs team I've seen in the North London derby.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we've knocked 5 past them before a couple of times, but this is the worst. We could have had 6 or 7. This is the worst Spurs team to rock up at the Emirates in recent memory. I can't think of a worse one. Thomas Frank has a lot to answer for. You know, Jim, who we were speaking to last Friday, he's saying Frank won't last 18 months into the job. He won't be there. You know what? He might have a point. That was unbelievable. North London derby, and you're going to show up like that, Thomas Frank. How can you do that, geezer? How can you rock up to the Emirates and do that? What was your plan? Because the thing is, Gary Neville said it on the game. If it doesn't work, which it wasn't, it looks 10 times worse. Mate, in the first half, you had Vicario punting the ball up into our box from their own half from a free kick. Play. You've got the ball. Play football. Play football.
Scared,
O'Hara's saying, Jamie O'Hara saying Arsenal can't play football. They don't play football. They're ruining football. What were you doing? Punting the ball up. You were useless.
He's a clown, though, bro.
Were useless. Well, we know that, but that was shocking. What did we learn about Arsenal? Well, we scored 4 goals from open play, but if you're going to show up, what we did learn about Arsenal is we can be ruthless, because if you're going to show up like that to frustrate and show us nothing, an XG of 0.06 across 90 plus minutes, we're going to put you to the sword because we're good enough. Spurs, you're a mid-table team. You might finish bottom half. You're shit. Facts.
I think they could be a championship team. I think I heard Robbie from AFTV call them a League One team. But judging by their performance, that's actually not far off. Our last point, the most important point. Arsenal have gained so much momentum. They're on a winning streak at the moment. Morale is extremely high. Confidence is extremely high. But now you are going into the most important week of the season so far. You're going against Bayern Munich. Coupled with the fact after that, you are traveling to Stamford Bridge. You are second in the league. And my first point, my main question to you is, how do you think that week is going to go? And ultimately, how do you think Arsenal are able to maintain this throughout the season? Or will it be like the last 3 seasons where you bottle it, bro?
It won't be like the last 3 seasons. I'll tell you why. No Gabby, no Gyökeres, no Odegaard. Again, no problem. This is what I'm saying about Arteta. This is the biggest
Tottenham,
thing.
No, geezer. You're playing
this is
Tottenham.
The biggest
you
thing
didn't, bro.
You asked me a question.
Relax.
You asked me a question.
Yeah.
Arteta, this is the biggest thing that Arteta's done.
It's true what you're saying, but bro, you play Tottenham.
Hincapié came in and he still had a job to do, and he won every single one of his duels like a boss, yeah? Spurs were punting balls up, and you still got to win those headers. Now, yes, we're going to have tougher tests against Munich and Chelsea away. Absolutely. But this is what Arteta's done, and this is why it's different. Yes, he's built a squad, but he's built a structure and a framework that is more important than any individual player, bar maybe Declan Rice. That is what he has done. So when players come in and out, the drop-off is minimal. If Haaland goes down, there's a big drop-off. If Ruben Diaz goes down, big drop-off. Virgil van Dijk goes down, big drop-off. I don't know how much Liverpool can drop any further, to be honest, Mark. But it's going to be a big week for Arsenal. We're going to see. But our squad has already been tested. We've had a couple of people come back from injury. I've got to say,
your squad,
I'm
confident.
I'm confident, geezer. I'm confident, geez. Why wouldn't I be?
You have not been tested. You haven't been tested. You have injuries. In my opinion, you haven't been tested all season. All the teams that you have played so far.
Who's going to test us?
That's what I'm saying. But hold on, relax. Let me explain. All the teams that you've played so far this season, have been extremely inconsistent. That's why when you played against Sunderland, everyone was saying this is the biggest test of Arsenal so far. Sunderland. It sounds crazy, but it's actually true. And rightfully so should have said that, because Sunderland are just over. No, I don't want to say overperforming. Don't want to take that, but they're playing extremely well. And when you played them, you got a draw. That was your first big semi-test.
Nah,
your next week
You're
is
wrong.
really going to really. No, I'm not wrong, bro. Because all the time, bruv, City,
Newcastle
Liverpool,
away wasn't a test.
so inconsistent. Bruv, how you even said yourself Newcastle playing trash at the moment. Yeah. That was a turning point for you, I'll admit. That was a test. And you did come through it. Okay. It was a test. Fair enough. But I don't think that you can say Newcastle ain't playing great, bro, this season. Atletico Madrid not playing great at all. They had one monopoly
What's your point,
result
bro?
against Real Madrid. But my point, I'm about to get there. My now point is, next week, you will be tested because you're playing Bayern Munich, who are, in my opinion, the best team in the world right now. Then afterwards, you say, are you going to be? Are you saying that we're going to test you? We are going to test you because we're second in the league.
You better test
We've won
us,
3
Mark.
games in a row. We've got 3 clean sheets here. We're going to fucking test you, bro.
Because I tell you what,
run your mouth off at the end of the week.
I tell you what.
Yeah, don't run your mouth off playing Tottenham, who are crap, bro. Next week is the real test. We'll see how you do after that.
You're going to have to test us. Because I tell you what, if you
we're going to test you. We're going to freaking test you. We're going to beat you.
You can't afford to lose, Mark. We can. That's a fact.
Okay, what you're saying is true, but you still have to play us. Yeah, we're still second in the league. We're the most consistent, even though we're not that consistent. We're still second, and the real test will be to see how you're going to do against Bayern Munich. Guys, let us know in the comments down below. How do you think Arsenal are going to perform against Bayern Munich? How are they going to perform against Chelsea? We've given our thoughts. Let us know in the comments down below. We're going to reply to every single one of you. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, and click this video right here. We'll see you lot there. Nice.